Hello world. My name is Ashley Collins. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. It's about to storm over here, so if you hear thunder in the background, feel free to ignore it. I don't know how to do noise canceling things for videos. We're just gonna keep it moving. Okay, so I have some roommate horror stories, mainly about me. So when I first moved out of my mom's house, going to college, living dorm life, I didn't really understand. I was just so eager to get outside of the house. I didn't really look up like rules of what to do, what not to do when living with someone. My first year living in a dorm, my roommate did not like me at all. I did not I did not respect quiet hours. I was not the most tidy person. I mean, if I pan the camera to my bed right now, it's a hot mess. But there's a combination of a lot of things. Um, but yeah, I was not very clean. I was always inviting a guy over or a friend over, and like looking back at it, like in the moment, I was like, gosh, why is she so mean and bitchy to me? I don't bother her, but it's like I wasn't respecting our space, because when you're living with someone, like it's not only your space, but it's both of you guys' space, you know. Okay, so fast forward to the second year in a dorm. Um, that was a little bit better living with living with them. I actually don't even remember who I lived with. My second year in the dorm is that bad. Um, Third year I lived in like this. There was like I was gonna say adult housing, but it was for like upperclassmen. So I lived with three other girls. So it was four people sharing one bathroom, one kitchen sink, one toilet. Yeah, you would think it'd be chaotic, right? But it wasn't. We there was never ever a conflict. Oh no, we did. We had two separate sinks, but there was never ever a conflict of one person's in the shower and I need to get in the shower. You're taking too much time. Um, and I think that's something that's very important. You have to coordinate your schedules. So because a bathroom is a huge thing, especially like if you're working or you're going to school. It's very important to make sure that you're not like butting with the other person's time. There is no such thing as taking an hour long shower when you are sharing a bathroom with roommates. um. So yeah, there was never. But also, I was living with three girls, so there was never really a mess. There was never any dishes in the sink, and if there were, like, we really didn't mind like sharing them. I don't even really think that we knew each other's names. We very rarely spoke to each other. It was very, I thinking about now, that was like the perfect living situation. It was very clear that we were sharing this space to study, to sleep, to eat, to get the fuck out of college. And it was great. It was a great like non-verbal agreement. My last year though, that's when I lived by myself, and it was amazing. And I was like, I wouldn't live by myself forever, but also it's like it's a way of like parenting myself. Like there's no one who's gonna clean up after me. There's no one that's gonna make my bed for me. I have to do it myself, and I love that. Okay, so then fast forward to most recently, where when I lived with five people in one house and we shared one bathroom. Well, one one sink, one kitchen, and I tell people that story and they're like, how did you do it? Oh, also they were all men. They were all grown ass men. There was one girl, but she had her own little separate shack in the back, but she still shared a bathroom with us. And I tell people that, and they're like, how could you do that? How could you live like that with five other guys? Did you not feel safe? And like, that was actually the second most chill situation like ever. Let me tell you why. I think that people, oh no, actually I did at one point live with a friend before, when I graduated from college, and we were really good friends. We were best friends since high school, and we were like, oh my god, what if we moved in together on one drunken night? And why did we do that? Why did we decide that on that drunken night, that we should move in with each other? It was a terrible, awful idea. So we moved in, signed the agreement, and then like the next week things were just like, we didn't she claimed that we talk about this, but I'm like, you can't base it off of if we've been drinking. I don't remember what we said, like she moved her boyfriend in, and then his daughter lived with us like on the weekends, and then she also moved her dog and her cat in, and I was like, this was not, there was no agreements about this. And then like she decorated the entire living room, which I didn't mind. I don't mind. For me, like I'm so minimalist when it comes to like design and like posters or whatever you want to do. I don't care. You know, like as long as you don't like have like a Nazi flag on the wall, we're cool. You know, like I don't care. But it kind of felt like it was her place, and I just happened to be staying there. Um, oh, what else happened? Yeah, it just really bothered me because it felt like she wasn't really respecting my space, my boundaries. But then also at the end of the day, I didn't vocalize that to her. I talked to everyone else about my problems but her. And then we had this huge disagreement, this huge fight, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna move out and live with my boyfriend at the time. Bye. And then since then we haven't talked to each other. So you see how like you see like just because you're best friends with someone does not mean necessarily that you should be living with them. You know, because like yeah, you guys spend like probably 2 or 3 hours, maybe sometimes 12 hours together, but it's totally different when you're living, sharing a space with someone. You're like, oh, you're pretty sloppy, or you're like, oh, you don't respect this, you know. But okay, so back to living with five guys. Um, Men are sloppy. Men are so gross. No offense. You don't clean up after yourselves. You don't do your dishes, and like for me, like I was saying earlier, like when we're living together, like this is like there should be a mutual agreement that we are here to sleep, we are here to eat, we are here to work, we are just here because we are two adults who can't afford our own place right now. So let's just respect each other's space. Let's respect each other's boundaries. You know, I'm not and I'm also like I think people look at my videos and they always assume that I'm like this energetic person who always wants to hang out and like, yeah, let's hang out in the living room all day. And it's like, no, I actually really, really enjoy my privacy. I actually spend like 80% of my day in my room with the door locked right now because my mom loves to barge into the fucking room. We're gonna do a video talking about moving back in with your parents like in a little bit. Let me get rid of this rage first. But like when I'm living with you, like that's simply it. We don't necessarily need to be best friends forever. You know, like you have your group of friends and I have my group of friends. You know, if you want to have parties, that's totally fine. Like I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. You know, like the worst thing when I was living with the five guys was I was always nervous about because I would record my videos at like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning when the sun was like at its as the sun was rising, and I was always nervous it was bothering them. So one day I asked them, hey, does it bother you that like you can hear me? Because we also had very thin walls. And it's like, is it bother you that you can hear me when I'm recording? They're like, no, it's actually really entertaining. We enjoy it. And I was like, okay, cool, bet. I also had a roommate who had a really, really bad snoring problem. Oh my God. His snoring was so bad that he had to, our landlord, he had a noise canceling room, and then he had to move into there. But like it was literally 3 months of me not being able to sleep. I bought earplugs. I would take sleeping medicine. Oh my God, that was a very stressful 3 months. When people talk about sleep deprivation, that shit is so real. But but yeah, for me, like when we're living together, I don't see a need for us to be best friends forever. We don't need to do everything together. We don't need to like sit down at the kitchen table and have dinner together like we're a family. You know, like it's okay to like, like have our own space, have our own privacy. We don't need to go to the store together all the time. We don't need to go to the mall together. We don't need to go to the beach together. We're just living together. You know, I didn't sign up for a best friend forever. I didn't sign up for I mean maybe every now and then. I didn't sign up for a therapist. I didn't sign up for a boyfriend. I didn't sign up for a girlfriend. If you need any of those things, get a pet because you're not going to get it from me because I value my privacy. I value my space. And I think a lot of people are afraid to have those conversations because they're afraid that they're going to get into a fight. But I'm of the mindset, I think that confrontation is a good thing. I think it's healthy for you to have those conversations now rather than letting that build up and steam up, and then next thing you know someone's exploding and then they're like, oh well, you never do the dishes. And it was like, you never told me that you would like me to do the dishes. My thing is, if you cook, you're cleaning that right then and there. Okay, maybe you might need to come back to it later because you need to rush to work, but you're cleaning that because I'm not your maid. I'm not your wife. I feel like this makes me come off as such a bitch because because like I'm not. I don't know. I've never really been that person who wakes up first thing in the morning, runs down the stairs, and it's like, "Hey, good morning." No, I'll like, I'll walk in the kitchen, I'll say good morning, and I'll walk back into my room, and and I'll do my work, and I don't know why that comes off as like as rude or bitchy. It's like, no, I just like my space, I like my privacy. We don't. What else? What else? What else? Because I'm thinking of a specific situation that happened, and like I want to talk about it, but like whatever. Okay. Anyway, so we were living with this individual who wasn't contributing anything, and it was just told that I that I come off as intimidating. So I wasn't allowed to talk to them about my concerns. It would be going through the third party. But then like things would never change. Things would like their behavior was still the same. So when I asked them, "Hey, blah," and then they just like completely clammed up and like they shut down, and they're like, "I need to leave, I can't be here right now." And I was like, what? We're all grown ass people, we're all over 30 years old. If we cannot have this discussion right here and there. And this is something that really bothers me. I hate gossip so much. I've dealt with so much gossip this past fucking year. I'm like, I'm so fucking done. Like, I feel like if you could talk shit about the person behind their back, why can't you say it to their face? Why can't we have this necessary disagreement, this temporary disagreement right now, as opposed to like why are we going behind each other's back talking to this person and that person? Why can't you and I talk one-on-one? Because you're afraid that feelings are going to be hurt. Let those feelings be hurt right then and there, so that way you can like heal and get over it, get over that hump for the future. Like, we're adults, why can't we talk to each other? So yeah, when you're living with someone, just speak those boundaries right then and there. Make sure that you are clean and tidy. No one is your maid, no one is your parent. Who's gonna mop, who's gonna sweep, who's gonna take out the trash? Make sure that you share that responsibility. Who's gonna change the toilet paper? I am very guilty of forgetting to change the toilet paper. My bad. I still do that now living with my mom. My mom changes my toilet paper for me. I'm like, fuck, this is so easy. Like, it's so easy. So like maybe like have some underneath the sink, that way when you see that it's low, just change it out then and there yourself. Try to treat your roommate the way that you would like to be treated. Have those tense conversations right then and there. And then also when they come to you, don't think that they're coming at you, like they're trying to try you, or they're trying to like, disrespect you. No, like maybe this is really scary for them to talk to you as well. So be respectful. Don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally, and enjoy this space that you have together. Be thankful that you're not living with your parents. Be thankful, be grateful that you can afford your own space. Okay? Cool. I think that's it. What a rant, right? Ooh. Oh, I suck with what really makes me a shitty roommate? The AC. I love having it cold. Once I was living with someone, and they're like, "Hey, can you not touch the AC?" And I was like, "Yeah." I still did it though. My bad. It's just like, even now living with my mom, it's so hot. Like, you see me already sweating. Like, I don't know why she likes to have it hot in the house, but that's what a fan is for. Invest in a fan. If your roommate likes to have it cold, invest in some blankets. Compromise. Balance it out. Okay, cool. That's it. I think I'm late for work. Whatever. We'll see. Bye.